So this is the last episode for this anime. I was supposed to be more episodes basically in this anime. I was hoping they really would, but even though that's really not the case, and it's not. And one thing I definitely do, I find that this episode 12, it was kind of disappointing. It really was and stuff like that. It just did not lead into the direction that I would hope for, basically for this anime. If you guys want to know what anime I'm talk about episode 12, the Reborn, the Master Blade. From a Hero King, and yeah. Now, there's one thing I definitely want to talk about. I have to talk about Chris. Okay, I understand Chris is an OP character. Okay, I understand that she really actually is, but I don't consider her as an OP character. I really don't. Some people will probably would disagree with me on that, but I just think that basically the overall way these guys are just putting in this anime is basically it feels to me like ever since when she was born and when she started to grow up and then she has like friends and stuff like that. But you also got to remember that when the king died, he wanted something. He wanted something that nobody can ask for, which means is that he wanted a second life, even though with the goddess is basically the one that she blessed the king with the second life. Basically was a second life, and just to be honest with you, I don't know why the king wanted a second life in the first place or something like that. Maybe it was not really getting down really saying like if it really actually is something that really means to him or anything like that or whatever it may be, or it must be that he made some kind of, or maybe he must have made some kind of big mistake and stuff like that. And and I mean, I do like Chris. I really do. I really do like Chris really a lot. I really do. I mean, she's cute. She's cute and all stuff like that. And she's kind of an OP character, but she's not really. She's just not really is basically my book. That's just basically my basically my opinion, because you don't see really a whole lot of female characters being being OP in other animes and stuff like that. Sometimes that happens, sometimes that really doesn't, but this anime is just completely different. It's just basically completely different because I mean, just making the characters just way too much OP on her, based on her with Chris. It just kind of really tells me, that it's just that it looks to me that she has no limit or anything like that. And, that's what basically it feels to me. It's kind of like saying like Superman. He has no limit. He has no limit anything at all. He's always going to get back up and just fight and fight and fight and fight. Even though that's basically what Superman is supposed to do. He's supposed to help protect the people, and that's what he's supposed to do. Because like people would just say like, oh, he should have died when Goku defeated him. So I'm not gonna get into that. But even though I'm just saying. But I'm not saying I hate the character of Chris. I'm not saying that. But it's just that's just what it basically it feels to me. That's basically what I definitely do think. I think the character is good for Chris. I think it's really is good for her. But you could just tell like basically what the second life of the king has, basically right there for him. It's just basically it just felt to me that it really wasn't enough for him, or maybe he enjoyed the second life or not. But even though let's go back to some of the episodes I talked about. We don't even know why there was not even any books of the legendary of the Hero King from back then. Like how did he die and why did he want to go and why did he want to have a second life? Because from the goddesses, because usually sometimes goddesses do make these requests, but even though there was no warning out there, basically like she basically saying like, are you sure you really want to do this and stuff like that, and it just feels to me maybe the king probably didn't care right like that, or maybe he just wants to something happen, maybe a little bit more different. We really do not know. But we really do not know all the fact. Basically, I've said, basically back in the library, basically about the, learn about the king, back then. We really don't even know about that also as well too, because the only thing I really can think of, because when Chris went into the library, she was looking up basically about her past from back in the past, that he was a king back then. There was nothing in the library that says about him or anything like that. It just really just says nothing. So the only thing I really can say here is that I feel like these books were taken out of the library, or just probably be burned, or just probably just thrown away. Maybe there's somebody else that must know Chris, who Chris really actually is. Which it brings me to the case. Brings me to the case. Excuse me. What it brings me to the case is basically this guy with a mask on. Now I don't know who this guy with the mask is really on. I was hoping we would get a chance to basically see who this person really actually is and stuff like that. And that's something that I really would like to know. But the only thing I can really only think of that who this person really actually is, I'm kind of curious if this person is now the king of his kingdom, or maybe he came into Chris' timeline or something like that, or something. Maybe one just want to basis to get Chris. But even though this person with the mask on, he doesn't like Chris. But the question is why he does not like Chris or anything like that. Or maybe Chris must have known who this person really actually is, but we really do not know who this person is. And that's what it kind of feels. See, that's what it kind of feels to me. And that's basically what I think. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. We just didn't get any really much answers, really much at all. Maybe you guys can spoil me and tell me, like, who's the person with this mask on? Like, what is he doing? What does he want for Chris? Or what is he trying to do? What he's basically trying to do? Also, too. Now let's talk about Ripley. Ripley is to me, in my own opinion, basically this is just basically. I'm not saying she's the most annoying character by this anime, but it still did not clarify any of the reasons why she goes unconscious and then just like summon monsters and stuff like that. So I don't know why that she summoned monsters in the first place. Maybe she's doing this on purpose or something, or a complete stunt, because they really did not give any reason why. Or maybe I'm not seeing what's going on. I would like for you guys to clarify that for me, please, in the comments below. That's something I would like to know, and something that maybe I might make a future video for that, if that really is possible. So I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see and see what's going to happen. If somebody can really tell me basically what's going on. I really want someone to tell me, because that's what I find frustrating. It's just that Ripley is just, like I said, for her, there's just no justice for her, and it's just like, how in the world she summoned all these pieces in the first place? Because, like I said, for her, there has to be a reason why that she's doing this, or she's doing this accidental, or she's doing this on purpose. So that's where I'm kind of confused, and that's why I definitely to be honest, I know some people are going to disagree with me on this. It's just that her appearing in the anime without giving any reason what she did or what she done, it doesn't bring any justice for her character based in the anime. That's my opinion. That's what I definitely do. That's basically what I definitely do think and stuff like that. So one thing also as well too, which I'm kind of surprised, which I'm very kind of surprised about this, because the king, like when the episode got done and stuff like that. When the king got done, also too, because the king wanted to grant Chris to being of the royal guard, means the high guard of any status basically in the kingdom, one of the best guards, to train them and stuff like that, and stuff. I do like that, but I was quite very shocked that she rejected it, because she wanted to spend time with her friends and stuff like that. Means that she wants to spend time being with her friend, and also her other friends also around, like around the castle and stuff like that. And I was just like, if someone were to offer that to you, or basically to me, I would basically say, like, yes, I do want to accept that. That's something that usually a king usually just does not announce that. Sometimes that happens, sometimes that doesn't happen. But I am willing to say, I think it's very intriguing to me just to see like appointing Chris as a female, of her being a royal guard, even though she rejected the whole idea, means that she doesn't want to be a royal guard, means that she wants to spend time with her family. So that, but like I said, as best as like for you or for me, like if that basically were to happen, would you accept? Would you accept? To me, I would definitely would accept. I definitely would accept. I definitely would, because I would definitely would teach every every student that basically is to learn about what they're doing and stuff like that, or basically says that you're the royal guard or me or whoever, maybe this is that you get to select that your own people for the job to be with the royal guard. That's if the king agrees, like what kind of what people you want to be on your team and stuff like that. And I think it would have been really nice to see Chris to accept that job, but I definitely do understand. I definitely do understand is basically that she has friends. I definitely do understand. I definitely do understand it, but it's just that no. I mean, even though the king was kind of shocked with Chris when Chris told the king, so I can't accept it and stuff like that. Even though the king granted that, but even though the king grant Chris and her friend some food. So I mean, like just gonna be honest, I'm just gonna say Chris and her friend reminds me of like Luffy and Goku and sitting at the table eating food, eating food and stuff like that. That's what it basically feels to me because like I mean. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. They eat all kinds of food. That's what it basically feels to me. It's just basically seeing Luffy and Goku right there at the table just eating food. So yeah, but yeah, it was if I have to give a rating for this anime, I'm just gonna give it. Just to be honest, I'm just gonna give it a 7.0. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's basically what I definitely do think. It's an okay anime, but it's just that the episode 12 just did not really answers all those questions for me and stuff like that. Now, one other thing is there is going to be a very good possibility of a season 2. That discussion right there, I don't know because it depends on how people basically feel about the anime and stuff like that. I mean, that's a very good possibility, but we really do not know. So I really don't know if that really is going to happen or not. I mean, it could happen, but it just really depends on like how people are going to take on this anime, and especially episode 12. I mean, it was going really good, but it's just that like I said about Ripley about what she was doing and stuff like that. We don't know if she's selling these pieces on purpose or maybe she's doing it like by an accident and because there's just no reason, there's just no justice for basically what she's really actually doing. There's just not. It's that's my opinion. That's why I have to think. I don't want people to be upset with me. I think some people will probably will, but even though I'm just like I said, I'm just saying that's just basically what it feels to me. I mean, hey, I'm not right. I'm not always right or anything like that. But that's just basically what it feels to me. It's just that's what I definitely think. It's just especially with the guy with the mask and stuff like that, because we don't know who this guy really actually is and stuff like that, and we may not even know. So I'm guessing we're just gonna have to wait and see if there really actually going to be season 2 or not. So like I said, I mean, it's whether you guys agree with me or not. So I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. But yeah. So anyways, I just want to say thank you everyone for one of you guys. Of you guys watching my reviews, watching my live reactions and stuff like that. I just want to say thank you, and just want to say God bless you guys, and I love you guys, and I really do. But yeah, anyways, it's done. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please give a like on my video, give it a thumbs up, and please hit the notification bell also too, so let me know you guys watching my videos, and please leave a comment below. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. God bless. Remember to say I love you guys. Please be safe, and remember, stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care.